do want me to search? I have the gloves on if you want me to.
The mountain will lead to a molehill, as they say. Because I know him and I've known him. He's not a street kid. He's not a gangster. He's not a person. It's not in his character, any of this. Boxing icon Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has shared a statement in Spanish on his social media. And I'm going to translate it for you to English and share with you what he said in Spanish. Obviously, you heard the news, breaking news. This really shocked me because I know Julio. I've known him for many, many years. He's one of my favorite fighters in boxing because he's a tremendous human being. None of these accusations make sense to me. They say that he's part of the Sinaloa cartel, that he's involved with importing weapons and ammunitions and all kinds of stuff that's so far removed from him, it's not even funny.
Following ICC's July 2nd arrest of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., boxing professionals are responding. The famous Mexican boxer is currently being prepared to leave the United States. According to reports, he is linked to legal issues in Mexico. While some members of the boxing world think the law applies to everyone equally, many are shocked.
You do want me to search? I have the gloves on if you want me to. ¿No tienes algo, sus zapatos?
No.
¿Pocillos?
Nada.
¿No tienes nada?
Mi celular aquí en la bolsa de atrás.
Aquí dice eso.
A ver. No tienes nada contigo, ¿no? No.
He has pockets in the front of the jacket.
¿El teléfono? Sí. El phone. I know you're ready, dude.
Oh, are these getting involved?
Oh, it's on Ahí no le informan a mi abogado lo de cuando ya tengo una orden.
Te vamos a llamar, vamos a dar llamada.
Sí, pero por ejemplo, él no me dio avisado, oye, tengo una orden.
Boxing legend.
Legendary boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. has spoken out after his son was arrested. "We have complete faith in his innocence," Chavez Sr.'s family said in a statement. Above all, Julio is a father, a son, and a human being who has encountered many difficulties in both his personal and professional lives. We request that due procedure be followed and that no snap decisions be made. Following his incarceration, subsequent stories have focused on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s immigration.
Far removed from him, it's not even funny. So here's the statement from Chavez Sr. In essence, I'm going to translate this, but he says the family wants to respond to the statements that have been made by U.S. officials, and they say, hey, we are deeply dismayed. The family is caught off guard by this situation, but it says difficult times. We are totally and have unconditional support for Julio. We fully trust he is innocent, and I believe that as well. They say they're going to wait till the justice system in both Mexico and U.S. do their process. They do believe Julio will come out innocent of all this, and they want people not to jump to conclusions. They also say Julio, above all, is a son, a father, a human being who has faced multiple challenges in his personal and professional life. As a family, they say, Julio says, we respectfully ask the media to wait for the process to unfold, to see where it goes. And they know that Julio will be vindicated here. They said they're not going to do any further statements at this time. They appreciate is to allow the authorities to complete their investigation and do their work. This statement ends. I'm going to try to read to you the following. Again, it's translation from Spanish to English. We ask for a prompt resolution that clarify the facts in favor of Julio. And we reiterate our call for procedure, respect, and objectivity. Sincerely, the Chavez family. So Julio is asking the media to give him respect. At this time, they don't want to comment until this situation unfolds, until the authorities complete their investigation. They're shocked, they're in dismay, but they're out supporting their son, who's had challenges in both his personal and professional life.
Julio Jr., Mexican national, had to keep up to date. Documentation while living in the United States, particularly when he was actively participating in well-known boxing contests. Despite his papers having long since expired, he reportedly continued to live and fight in the United States without fulfilling his legal duties. He has now been detained and removal proceedings have begun as a result of the inability to settle his immigration status. This case serves as a reminder of the grave repercussions that sportsmen may experience if their legal obligations are.
Breaking news at 11:30, Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been arrested by ICE after his fight with Jake Paul over the weekend. Officials say that Chavez is an undocumented immigrant With alleged Sinaloa cartel ties, they say that he was taken into custody yesterday and is being processed for expedited removal. He faces an active arrest warrant in Mexico tied to organized crime and weapons trafficking. Federal officials releasing the photo along with a statement that reads in part, quote, under President Trump, no one is above the law, including world-famous athletes.
The arrest of Julio Jr. has sparked strong reactions across social media. Further, intensified by Jake Paul's controversial tweet, Canelo is the next. Many fans and commentators interpreted the message as a suggestion that Canelo Alvarez could face similar immigration scrutiny, despite having no known legal issues. While Canelo's situation is entirely different, Paul's comment added fuel to an already heated debate about the intersection of sports, immigration, and legal accountability. Some viewed the tweet as a calculated provocation meant to stir controversy and keep Paul in the spotlight. Julio Jr.'s legal troubles extend beyond immigration concerns. Allegations have emerged that he was involved in questionable activities during his time in the U.S., further complicating his legal status. Despite having an expired visa, Julio Jr. was able to participate in a major fight against Jake Paul, raising serious questions about the oversight of boxing regulators. Critics argue that the regulatory bodies failed to enforce immigration compliance, allowing him to fight on a major stage. These developments have cast a harsh light on both the boxing industry and its enforcement mechanisms. Scrutiny grows over how such oversights were allowed to happen. The timing of Julio Jr.'s arrest has raised eyebrows, occurring just days after his high-profile fight with Jake Paul. A tweet from UFC 5th Round claiming Jake Paul ruined his career and life in the U.S. reflects a broader sentiment among fans who see the bout as a turning point that brought Julio Jr. under intense public and legal scrutiny. Adding to the debate, respected boxing reporter Elie Seckbach has spoken out in defense of Julio Jr., suggesting that authorities may have erred in detaining him. Seckbach, who says he has known Julio Jr. for years, has questioned the legitimacy of the charges and expressed skepticism about the claims coming from Mexican authorities. While U.S. Homeland Security officials cite active warrants in Mexico tied to alleged organized crime connections, Seckbach contends that Julio Jr. is being unfairly singled out. His remarks highlight the divided opinions within the boxing world, with some seeing Julio Jr. as a victim of political or legal overreach, while others argue the scrutiny is long overdue.
We have some news. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the boxer who just fought Jake Paul, has been arrested by U.S. immigration agents and faces deportation to Mexico. ICE took Chavez Jr. into custody on July 2nd in Studio City, just 4 days after his match with Paul. Officials say he overstayed his visa and is wanted in Mexico for organized crime, including trafficking weapons and ammunition. According to the Department of Homeland Security, Chavez is connected to the Sinaloa cartel and has an active arrest warrant in Mexico. He had entered the United States in August 2023, and his tourist visa expired in February. Despite this, he fought in a major boxing event last week against Jake Paul. The Trump administration immigration authorities are moving quickly to deport him under an expedited removal process. This case highlights the administration's intensified immigration enforcement even against high-profile figures, and spotlights Chavez Jr.'s fall from grace in the boxing world. I will keep you updated on this. I'm Jared Zisser. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for all breaking news, updates, full stories, and deep dives.
Due of the odd timing of the judicial proceedings. Several people on social media have compared them to other instances such as Diddy's. Some observers thought Julio Jr.'s arrest was oddly timed after Diddy was declared not guilty. Les Gomez's tweet: after Diddy leaves, Chavez Jr. is imprisoned. Is it a coincidence? Not in my opinion. Illustrates how public narratives frequently make connections between events that may not be true. There has been criticism for permitting Julio Jr. to take part in such a well-known battle in spite of pending immigration difficulties. Many are wondering how officials, promoters, and regulatory agencies permitted the fight to go. This has sparked questions about whether the match was approved after the necessary inspections were completed and the integrity of the sport's regulating bodies.
This is all a big shock, not anything that anyone expected.
Boxing reporter Elie Seckbach, who runs ES News, has been friends with Chavez Jr. for 15 years.
Unbelievable, unreal. Oh, yeah, they're putting chains on him like he's a...
He even submitted a personal impact statement to help support Chavez's application for a specialized visa.
He's a great dad. He loves his wife. He loves his kids. He's the type of person that if I do a video about a coach that his kid has cancer, he will call me 6 a.m. Hey, my lawyer is going to send you money for the kid. We're going to take care of the expenses.
But Homeland Security tells a very different story. Officials say Chavez Jr. is wanted in Mexico on serious charges linked to organized crime, accused of trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives. They also allege he has ties to the Sinaloa cartel.
There's always more to the story. The headline doesn't always reflect the content.
They're saying he's got a connection to the cartel.
I think they're making a mistake here.
This story has taken a severe turn with Homeland Security's announcement that Julio Jr. is wanted in Mexico for his participation in organized crime. These charges put him at the heart of global legal issues and go well beyond sports. According to authorities, there are connections to illicit activity involving materials and other offenses. Therefore, his argument goes beyond immigration too. Include possible public safety risks.
Boxing world is absolutely crazy right now. It looks like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been arrested by ICE and will currently be deported back to Mexico. It looks like he had an arrest warrant in Mexico during his fight with Jake Paul. Looks like he came over to basically handle some business, and now they're going to deport him and send him back. This is absolutely crazy. You get into a boxing match with Jake Paul. He then beats you. You collect your check. And then, you go back across the border. Seems like he wasn't able to get out of here fast enough before avoiding maybe this, detection. I'm assuming that kind of situation probably, played out. Maybe he's trying to get out of here. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I'll try to keep you guys updated with this story. It's really crazy. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Also hit that like and subscribe.
Some people view Julio Jr.'s detention as an illustration of the more stringent immigration enforcement that has been highlighted since the previous administration of President Trump. Many people think that Trump's policies, which placed a strong emphasis on clamping down on undocumented immigrants, have persisted because of high-profile instances like Julio Jr. that have sent a message about how important immigration is.
We have breaking news right now. ICE has detained a world-famous boxer, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., just days after his fight with Jake Paul in the United States of America. This is significant news. According to ESPN, he was detained for entering the United States illegally and will allegedly be deported to Mexico, where he faces organized crime charges, according to the Department of Homeland Security. He just finished fighting a match against Jake Paul in Anaheim, California, and this arrest comes days after that. Official says he has an active arrest warrant in Mexico for alleged involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms. He is a famous boxer, one of the most famous boxers in the entire world. He was here for a massive fight with Jake Paul. This was one that was watched by millions of people across the country, and well, now he has been detained by ICE and is going to be sent back to Mexico. Significant news right now. Spread the word. I'll have a full breakdown of this on my Substack at the link in my bio, so subscribe for free. And as always, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
If you are considering entering America illegally, don't even think about it. You will be caught. You will be removed, and you will never return.
In recent weeks, the United States Department of Homeland Security broadcasted ads like this one across Mexico, warning migrants not to enter the United States illegally, offending some in the country.
I'm Mexican and I'm very proud to be Mexican. So yes, of course it's offensive. It's unacceptable. Well, I completely disagree. Because the issue of immigration is not a political, geographical, or social one. To me, the issue of immigration is a matter of humanity.
Mexico's president has called these odds discriminatory and says her government plans to ban them.
No foreign government, no identity in any foreign government should be able to pay. The thing is, they're paying to spread these announcements. This propaganda that has a discriminatory message.
When asked for comment on Mexico's response, DHS said to CNN that its ad campaign is working. The data shows the world is hearing our message. Border crossings have reached the lowest ever recorded.